Oh, how is everybody doing? Hope you've all had a very productive week. Oh, quickly limber up a minute. Oh, hope everyone's been doing okay. Just wait for a few more people to come in if possible, then we'll get proceedings underway. Then we'll just have a little quick catch up as to see where I've been for the last little while. And then, of course, give yourselves time to catch up in chat as well. Say hi to people, intermingle, do what you need to do. We love chatting amongst ourselves here. Oh, let's quickly sort out a few things. There we go. Mando, welcome in, my friend. How are you doing? Keeley, welcome in. Good to see you. Good to see you. How is everybody? We doing all right? Actually, what I might just do. So you might experience a little bit of vertigo, so just bear with me. Oh, hold on a minute. Hi. Welcome in, Amanda. How are you doing? Just give me 2 seconds. Oh, you might experience a teeniest little bit of vertigo, but apologies. There we go. Swooping around a little bit. Or not. It doesn't seem to want to like that. That's fine. There we go. Right. Apologies for the slight vertigo. Oh. It's not. There we go. Camera mount's not playing ball with me this evening. Oh. There we go. There we are. Much better. Right. How is everyone doing? We having a nice evening so far, or morning, depending on where you are in the globe? Oh. Just wait for a couple of people to come on in, and then we'll get things underway, and then I'll explain what we're doing for the evening. Ooh. Hope everyone's eaten and had enough refreshments. Not long ago, finished my dinner myself, to be fair, so just letting that go down. Doing good. Just managed to finish Pokemon on the pink Pokemon. Ah, nice. Yes, of course, based off everything that was going on in the Discord the other night with between yourself and Bobby. You managed to get to a long list, get through that long list of pink Pokemon, I suppose. Just trying to relax a bit before heading to work tonight. Oh, bless you, Keeley. Thank you for stopping by, my friend. Always a pleasure to have you all in here. Oh. You got a long shift tonight then, man? Feel free to obviously drop a like on your way in. It greatly appreciates it. Greatly appreciate everything that you guys do. Just helps it get pushed out with that lovely YouTube stuff. Welcome in, Cherry, my beloved. Oh. Quickly get that quick sip in to start things off. Just Greg, welcome in, my friend. How you doing? You all right? Let's have a quick little sip out of water. Oh, that's better. Just christening the new water bottle as well, because lovely, yes. Oh. So how long has it been since the last one? I think it's probably been a couple of weeks now, I'm inclined to say. Is that right? A couple of weeks since the last stream? Yeah, I'm getting confirmed nods, yeah. All good, yeah. I'm doing very well, thank you, Greg. Doing very well. 23 pink Pokemon are on the bag, and I've only done... Well, 2's better than none. 2 is a very solid start, just 21 more to go. Off that insane list. Oh, dear. I'm looking forward to the end result as well, to be fair. Yeah, do make sure you obviously post it in the Discord as well. I'll be very keen to see when the completed article. Make sure everyone smashes that like button on the way in. Helps the algorithm push out the stream and talk as much as you can. Spam hat emotes. We love the hats in here. And yeah, that list was nuts. I don't know how I don't quite know how you're going to manage to fit all 21 on a bag. I'll be intrigued to see, like I said, to see the end result though. Bet you can't guess the first one I got. Just trying to think what you could have possibly picked. Thank you, Frank. Spam those lovely top hat emojis in the chat. We love to see them. It's as if that particular one was made just for me. Oh dear. Well, I'm now sufficient. It's double. Oh, I see. Right. That makes more sense. That makes sense. So I've now sufficiently recovered from doing Canterbury Gaming Convention, so I'm mentally recovered. It was a very long 3-day weekend. So I'm just glad to be able to finally sit back and sit back and relax and then previously mentally recover from the long, exhausting weekend. Lots of walking. Ooh. Ooh. Not to hey, Slowpoke. Slowpoke, thanks you very much. Praise be to Slowpoke. Welcome in, Spen. How you doing, my friend? We're all doing well on this side. It is indeed a Hatter in Cognizant Meeple. Welcome in, Nan. How you doing, my friend? You all right? Have you recovered from CGC? I'm hoping you have. And by the way, you did. I think you did exceedingly well for debuting your game at CGC. So I couldn't be more proud of you, man. Top. Tip in the hat to you. So getting your steps in there. Exactly. This is just a prelude to EUIC to get all those steps ready and waiting. Kane, welcome in, my friend. How you doing? Long time no see. How are you doing? Oh yeah, that's what I was about to say. So for the first day, we did at CGC. At the very end of the day, we had a rather lovely quiz. Not recovered stuff. No worries, man. I mean, credit where credit's due, my friend. I mean, you had an insanely good. I think you did exceedingly well, man. Sorry, I'm stumbling all over myself. No worries, man. No worries. So this is the. So I'm just going to quickly show you this hefty gargantuan prize that I happened to win at the Canterbury Gaming Convention quiz. I've had my eyes peeled on this for many a month. So anything to do with sort of anything RPG, tabletop, role-playing games of that nature, I am here for. So she was just telling me. Oops, sorry, let me just quickly catch that message back a minute. She was just telling me the statistics of Gone with the Wind, Cleopatra, and a bunch of other movies. Ah, nice. Yeah, you and me both on that one. And yeah, I couldn't agree more, Frank. But to be honest with you, the weight of this thing is nuts. When I went to go and pick it off the table, almost did my fingers in because I didn't think it was going to be that heavy. So I couldn't be more happy to pick that product up, to be honest. And I got the chance to play it as well. Oh, I had so much good fun. Exactly. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, like I said, I got a chance to play it as well with the guys doing all the tabletop stuff at CGC. So I picked up the book. I had to learn how to play it, right? Exactly. It's arguably way more simple than D&D ever could be in a sense. It's a lot more user friendly for those who are interested in that sort of thing. So, as we're waiting for a couple of people to come in, honestly, I know even they will be great, but most exciting. Same to you, Amanda. Same to you. Hoping to play in a special tournament on Sunday for a Pokemon promo. All depends if I can finish. Nice. What if D&D? Boo. Yes, that was very much a curse word, wasn't it, for a little while? I'm curious though. What's the So you mentioned a tournament, was that? So do you know what the promo is? I'm curious. Yeah, honestly, hanging out all together is going to be amazing. Yeah, couldn't agree more. I'm so looking forward to meeting all of you at EUIC. Hi, Ben. I'm doing okay, my friend. Thanks for asking. Still busy packing as. Oh, okay. Heading down south, are we? Well, do let us know where you're heading. I'll be very curious. I haven't played Pokemon in ages. Oh, bless you. Oh. So, you're probably wondering what we're doing today. So, I'll give you a little bit of a friendly heads up. So, keep an eye on all of you in chat. So, as of right now, well, as of this point onwards, you're all going to be a team. And you're probably thinking, what on earth could I possibly mean by that? Keeley. Honestly, mate. So, like I said, all of you guys are going to be a team. And you're probably wondering, why are we being forcibly paired together to form a team? So, for tonight's antics, it's going to be you lot versus me quizzing the streamer. So, in a little while, I'm going to get a series of lovely 9 categories, each one of them representing, say, like Generation 1, Generation 2, so on and so forth. I love Pokemon as much as I love being at the centre of a new. Oh, bless you, mate. Going to Cornwall, but going to swing off. Nice, awesome. So that's what I was saying. So we've got a whole list of categories. So each one of these categories has like Gen 1 through to 9. And in a moment, I'm going to put all of these lovely categories in a hat. Otherwise, I should say categories. I'm going to coin that term as of now. So after I've pulled a category, I'm going to get all of you in chat to think of a Pokemon represented with that generation. And then one by one, you're going to quiz me on said Pokemon. I have to then try and correctly guess which Pokemon it is that you thought up in your head. If you get the answer correctly, then all is fine with the world. Yeah, exactly. Category. Nice. If I get your particular Pokemon guess wrong, I will add any one of these absolute smorgasbord of teas that I happen to have right beside me if I can actually grasp them all. In fact, let me just show you all one. I have a total of 12 different flavoured teas already on standby to go into the cup. So if you remember, the Calamity is back. Except the way things are going this time, you guys have got to try and make me work for it a little bit. Unlike last time I was doing a blind taste test, we have some idea what the flavours are, but we don't know what flavours are going in the tea. This is where you guys come in. Ryan Tran, the absolute god mod himself, welcome in. How are you doing? So, like I said, in a little while, I'll pull a category out of my hat. You guys have to then select a Pokemon from that gen for me to try and guess. Is there a booger flavoured tea like the Bertie Bott's every flavour? You know, they're missing a trick. They're absolutely missing a trick. There needs to be an every flavour tea. Absolutely wholeheartedly. So, if I happen to get your guys' guess wrong, then one of these teas of your choosing will go in the cup. At the end of said quiz, I'm going to have to then take a couple of swigs from said Calamity. Much like last time, who knows what could end up in this tea? I mean, we got all sorts in here. We have peppermint, we have lemon and ginger, we have chamomile, strawberry and raspberry, and just to throw a really unorthodox one into the mix, and Keeley, just to prove your point in terms of erratic flavours, we even have chocolate digestive tea. I kid you not, you did not mishear me. Chocolate digestive tea. That is also on the menu. We also have the traditional black tea as well. And if you're feeling particularly mean, there is also a spoon of coffee on the mix as well. Licorice. I missed a trick on that one. Licorice would be a great mix. But yes, we also have spiced ginger tea, particularly flavoursome on its own, but at the same time, oh goodness only knows what that's going to taste like. We have also the other variants of fruit teas. We have blackcurrant and blueberry, orange and lemon, cranberry and raspberry, and mango and strawberry. So all of these flavoured teas are all up for grabs to go in the Calamity at the end. And after that's all been and gone, the second part of tonight's stream, I have a box. Yes, a delightful box. What is in the box, you ask? Well, you just have to stick around and find out, won't we? But let's just say it's a little reward I got given for doing the Pokemon game show for the Canterbury Gaming Convention. They were exceedingly generous in terms of what I was able to obtain. But either way, I've stored up a couple of little bits and pieces over the last couple of weeks or so, and that's what's in here. So I'll just put that down here. But all of that is up on the table. So just quickly put all those categories in there. Quickly shake them all up as I'm getting myself ready. Yep, definitely talk amongst yourselves for a little while. Talk as much as you like. Spam all those lovely emotes in there. All those lovely things. Helps push the stream out as much as earthly possible. Lots of shuffling of the things. All right, so shall we get underway in terms of which Pokemon generation you guys have to pick a Pokemon for me to guess? So, picking one at random here. So, let's see. What do we have to start things off? Okay, starting off strong. And just before we start, yes, I agree with Shay. I think when you pick a gen, one person needs to think of a Pokemon, otherwise it will be carnage. Yep, totally fair play. So, let me see. How am I going to do? Oh, thank God, that's a hat. That's shuffling. Incognizant Meeple, please behave. Please. Fine, there you go. Fair point. Totally fair point. I'll keep the hat up here. Rare Candy, welcome in. How are you doing? Yep, I will hold the hat. Yeah, your stomach is going to feel. I mean, to be fair, if you saw the if you watched the last live stream, well, surprisingly, my stomach held up quite well after the calamity. It didn't actually cause me much in the way of harm. Whether that's I was completely numb to the flavors of the tea because I'd already tried some before we went in for the main tea. Who knows? But again, I dread to think what this tea is gonna taste like because there's way more flavors, a few more flavors this time. So the Pokemon Gen to start things off is Gen 5. So we're starting off with Gen 5 in terms of Pokemon we're wanting to guess. So who wants to go first? And bearing in mind, we'll have a. So, yeah, exactly. Who wants to think of a Gen 5 Pokemon for me to try and guess? To try and force one of these teas into the cup. Have a little think amongst yourselves who you'd like to think that wants to go first. I'm very excited to see what ones you have lined up for me. So, when you think of these, when you think of your Pokemon, try and think of some maybe slightly obscure clues about the Pokemon to try and make it interesting for me to guess. So one of these teas is not like the others. So yeah, essentially all of these teas are all varied in flavour. I'll just bring a few up to give you some idea. So they're all flute flavoured teas. Apologies, I will. I'm just trying to think. Actually, can you actually even read the teas at this point? I might actually flip the camera around momentarily, and I'll bring the tea boxes on one by one, just so you guys can see exactly what flavours of tea we have available. So just bear with me. Talk amongst yourselves for a few seconds. And doink. Right, starting things off, we have a peppermint infusion tea. We have blackberry leaves, elderberries, and echinacea. It's actually quite a nice tea blend, to be fair. We have the Fruit Discovery Collection, containing all of these lovely flavours that you see before you. We have all of those lovely, delightful flavoured teas there as well, all of which are really nice flavoured. We have spiced ginger tea, which again, not so bad. It's quite a reasonable flavour. And for slightly more obscure flavour, chocolate digestive tea. I wasn't bluffing. There is still a few tea bags of that left. I mean, I have been quite good at not having too many of these lately, but at the same time, all up for grabs. Oh. So now you have a rough idea of what teas there are available. If you manage to completely make me guess incorrectly, whoever makes me guess wrong will get to select the tea of which you want in the teacup. So, like I said, when you think of your Pokemon, think of 3 little unique facts about the Pokemon if you can, or give me some rough clues that you might be able to think of if you think I'm struggling a little bit too much and want to see me hurry up with the Pokemon. Give you guys a couple of minutes just to have a little good old think. And I think we'll let our lovely mod decide who the first participant is going to be. Ooh. And whilst we're doing that, let's get things interesting. Well, I did say I was also going to unbox this live on camera as well, so let's do that as well. So I've been waiting to unseal this with you guys. Right, let's get the sheath off this puppy. Oh, blimey. So, okay, so it's actually quite so it's a book within a book. So the player's handbook here, which is beautifully designed. Everything you could ever want to know about Daggerheart is in here. I would assume of everything from the lore, the world in terms of, well, where you're obviously going to set your adventures in. Some of the ideal playing cards that come with the game as well. It's actually really nicely designed. I actually don't know what's in this bit. This part is probably what was half the weight. Oh, it's magnetized. That's nice. Oh, okay. That's actually really nicely designed. So in here, I'll just try and hold this up so all the cards don't come flying out. All of the available playing cards that go along with the game. So all in all, really nicely designed little box. So I'm looking forward to exploring this at my leisure. I've also been working on a seasoning blend in the last few days, just messing around with stuff. Sounds delightful, by the way, Keeley. I'm intrigued. Ooh, let's put that there, isn't it? I look forward to reading that in my own time. Ooh. Give you guys another minute or so, then we'll go for the first guess. A quick swig of water while I'm out. There we go. Ooh, let's put the casting crew back up a minute as well while I'm at it. What? There we go. I'm Google searching worst tea as expected. Chai and licorice is up there. Wow. I thought chai was quite a popular tea, to be fair. I mean, I quite like chai. In the right setting, of course, but chai's quite a nice flavour. Surprising, really. That one came up as one of the worst flavoured teas. Licorice, I can sort of see. Yeah, I was going to be fair, it's an acquired taste, I think. I got a bag of chili picante, lemon corn nuts and ground that up. Ooh, that does sound quite pleasant, actually. Okay, give it another final 10 seconds, and then we'll go for the get the lovely Cherry to pick someone in chat to go for their first guess. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, do you go back? Hopefully you've had enough time to think up of a Pokemon, and let's have does anyone? Yeah, exactly. Does anyone want to volunteer first and foremost? If not, we'll try and see if we can pick someone at random if you'd like. Yep, precisely as Cherry has put. So think of a Gen 5 Pokemon and think up 3 facts about the Pokemon and see if I can guess based off what you put in the chat. I'm quite keen to see what you guys... I mean, doesn't necessarily have to be particular facts about the Pokemon. It could be something like what type they are, and that sort of generalized things. Yep, exactly that. You're more than welcome if you need to. Feel free to Google some facts about the Pokemon as well. So feel free to do that. I'm not going to be cruel and say you can't use the internet in this one. If I wanted to be particularly cruel, I could have said so. But in this instance, I'm allowing free reign. So feel free. Feel free to use whatever resources you have to your advantage. Let me quickly just... Oh, blimey. There we go. Was that Cherry wants to go first, did I just see in chat? Okay, I mean, I'm intrigued. So if you've got a volunteer, feel free to take it away, Amanda. So throw your first, and yes, I Google fact. No problem at all. Absolutely fine. So in fact, like I said, so throw your first fact at me and see if I can guess it based off that one. If I don't guess it off that one, throw your next fact, so on and so forth until you've gone through 3 facts. If I don't get it after the third and final fact, then you get to select a lovely tea, which goes into the teacup. How much do you really want to make me suffer with my tea? Is the ultimate question. I mean, also, just as a side note, could you imagine doing this at EUIC? See, you got the support in the chat. Okay, Gen 5, dual type psychic and fire. Dual type psychic and fire. Okay. Good strong one right off the bat. Yeah, just ignore the. I'm not sure if you can pick it up on the back of the cameras, by the way. So just ignore the sirens in the background. I'm assuming it's a police car driving nearby. Just ignore the signs. Okay, but just remember for now, Greg. So keep hold of that one for now. But if Gen 7 gets pulled out of the hat, then absolutely use that one. Okay. All right, I think I'm actually going to need your next fact on this one. I think, Amanda. So feel free to throw your next one at me. Oh, signature ability victory. Ah, there we go. That's the clue. Is it by any chance Victini? Hey, there we go. You see, it's as simple as that. Just keep throw facts at me. So, like I say, once you've thought of your Pokemon, think of a few little facts, or potentially. Oh yeah, let's see what the third fact was. It's called for zero Pokemon, really. I'll have to look into that. I don't wonder why it's called for zero Pokemon. But yeah, it's exactly as how Amanda has done it. So, tell you what, shall we stick? So, shall we stick with Gen 5, or shall we move on to a different gen? Or secondly, would anyone else like to have it at Gen 5 just to see what they can do? Zero Pokemon in the Unova region Pokemon. Victini is listed as Triple Zero, and it's the only Pokemon in the entire franchise to. Oh, okay. That's actually really unique. That's quite a good fact, actually. Fair. To be fair, you had me at the first one because at the same time, it threw me a little because there's not many with that typing. So that was a good one. I like that. I should have used that 1 second. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. But either way, though, really good attempt, Amanda. I enjoyed that one. So, shall we stick with Gen 5 for the next person guessing? Or would you like to have me pick another gen out of the hat? Absolutely your call. Who's next? Who's feeling lucky? Who wants to throw another Pokemon at me and see if I can guess it? My favourite Gen 5 Pokemon. Very nice. Yeah, it's an underrated pick is Victini. I don't often hear it being classed as a favourite Pokemon. So it's cool. I like Victini. Really good shout on that one. So who's next up on the docket? Who wants to try their hand and see if I can rumble their guess? And more importantly, how badly do you want those tea in the cup? How badly do you want that tea in the cup? How badly do you guys want to put that tea in the cup to see me drink the absolute calamity that's going to be ended up being brewed? The only thing I am thankful for, of course, is that my buddy over here, Poltergeist's tea doesn't actually exist in real life. Otherwise, I dare say that would have gone in the brew as well. Has anyone before me? No, not just yet. Anyone else fancy a go before we pick another generation? Or do you want to stick with Gen 5 for now? I'll do one, but give me a minute. Okay, yep, no worries at all. Just while Cherry is thinking up a potentially fiendish Pokemon for me to try and guess. So as we're on Gen, actually no, I won't ask that question because that might give the game away in terms of the guess. To be fair, so what is everyone's favourite Pokemon game? Just out of a matter of curiosity, because that might help in terms of you picking a Pokemon for me to guess potentially. Good night, everyone. Off to bed. Early start in the morning. Have a great stream. Be cards are back for this. Bless you. Thank you very much. Mama Cherry, welcome in. You're never late, never early. You're precisely when you're meant to. Everyone say hi to Mama Cherry in chat, folks. Everyone say hi to Mama Cherry. Spam the hearts emoji. Spam the hats. You know what to do. Whenever Mama Cherry enters the chat, we all know what to do here. All say hi to Mama Cherry. There we go. For those unaware in the chat, Mama Cherry is, of course, Black Cherry's mum. Thank you, Kile. Thank you very much. Thank you, Greg, indeed. Oh. So like I said, you're all working with the eventual aim of trying to get me to put as much tea bags into that cup as possible for me to drink out of it. How badly do you guys want to see me drink it? Oh, that's lovely, Amanda. That's really kind words. And I couldn't agree more with that sentiment. Oh. Apologies, that was a bit of a exasperated yawn there for a minute. Ooh. Not had as much tea as I'd like today. Yeah, but to be fair, I've been thinking about EUIC as much as humanly possible since we found out that it was coming back to the UK. But my goodness, I cannot wait till next year now. I've actually got the time booked off well in advance already, so I've confirmed I've got my time off for it, so I can't wait to see as many of you there as possible. So, Cherry, have you got your guest prepared? Oh, okay. So this Pokemon is Psychic Flying. Okay, me too. I feel connected to some. Oh, I tip my hat to you, Amanda. And to guess it is Psychic Flying. Psychic Flying in Gen 5. What could that be? Can't be that Pokemon. Psychic Flying. I think I might need clue number 2. Definitely might need clue number 2 for this Pokemon. I am actually very intrigued. Psychic Flying was in Gen 5. Preys on bug Pokemon? Ooh. What on earth can that be? So it's Psychic Flying and preys on bug types. Oh, that's a tricky one. Could just be me being thick, but at the same time, that is actually quite tricky. Just ignore the bug types in the corner. They're not on the menu for this Psychic Flying type. There you go. Just cover them there. They're not on the menu. For the first time tonight, third and final clue, please, I think. Never stop with high friendship. Psychic flying, high friendship. No, this is good. I like this. As much as it's got me foxed, this is actually quite impressed. This is actually actually quite tricky. I can't think who this could be. Who on earth is it? Nope, I think you've actually got me on this one. Nope, 3 is all I'm allowing myself. 3 is all I'm allowing. I think you've actually. Oh my god! I realised I drew Mike in Jigglypuff's hand and not a pen. That's cool. I like that though. I like that. For a second, I thought you meant you actually drew Mike as in a PTM Mike. Is what I thought you meant. But no, I think our lovely mod has actually got me on this one. So yeah, I'm stumped. Please reveal the Pokemon in the chat. I'm intrigued. Oh no, Woobat. Of course, it's Woobat. My God, how did I not guess Woobat? I was thinking, weirdly, I was thinking, for some reason I was thinking Sigilif, but that's completely the wrong generation, I think. Okay, right. So you get to pick what tea. Yeah, you get to pick what tea goes in the cup. You get first picking of the tea. Welcome back, Rare Candy. Thank you very much for coming back. Greatly appreciate it, my friend. So what was that last comment? That's what I was thinking. It does mean this brings on the calamity. So Cherry now gets to pick the very first tea bag to go in the cup. So you have an absolute whopping 12 different flavors to potentially choose from here. So what's calling to you and what do you want to see go in the tea bag first? Sigilif is Gen 5. Of course. Oh, you did pick above. Sorry, beg your pardon. Let me have a look. Right, so the first tea that has been picked is chocolate digestive. That is the first tea bag to go in the cup. Oh boy, we're starting off with the strong ones already. Okay, it's a lovely smelling one. Cherry Rock Up and Joe's Bar. Yes, 100% agree. Although that being said, I will stress, bless Cherry, she has been at work all day. I have been off all day. In fact, I'm actually off the majority of this week, in fact. So all the more reason I sense that she woke up and chose violets. So chocolate digestive is going in the teacup. All right. So shall we stick with Gen 5? Do you know Yu-Gi-Oh cards I ordered? Wait. Do you know Yu-Gi-Oh cards I ordered called Graceful Charity? You draw 3 but discard 2. It's 2 for. Oh, okay. I must admit I'm not up to scratch on modern day Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I must confess. I mean, I know some of the, obviously the few of the older ones, perhaps, but maybe not. I mean, maybe Graceful Charity might have been a bit of an older one, perhaps. And we were thinking new gen. Anyone else thinking for new gen for next generation? And I don't mean Star Trek for next generation. It's an old school. Oh, it's old school. Right, fair. So it's back in the original anime, then I suppose. But so are we all in agreement that a new generation is needed out of the hat? And I will hold the hat above the camera this time. Right, I think that's sufficient amount of rumblings there. All right, so the next generation that has been picked, Gen 8 is the next category of Pokemon that you are to pick between. So Gen 8. So all of you now have a couple of minutes just to think about what Gen 8 Pokemon you could possibly pick to go in the go into your brains for me to potentially try and guess. I was going to say try not to put the Pokemon in the tea because that will be not particularly fair on the Pokemon to be held into a cup of tea. Exactly that. So feel free to think of some Gen 8 Pokemon for me to try and guess. And like I said, Google and any other search engine is your friend. So feel free to use every available resource at your disposal to think up some intriguing facts, just like Cherry did, to try and make me struggle in terms of which Pokemon it might be. I'm very much looking forward to your guesses. Let's quickly limber myself up with a bit more of a drink. There we go. I'm sticking with my Gen 7 source. Fair enough. I mean, feel free to write that choice down so you don't forget your choice if you'd like to participate with this one. Would you buy a base set pack for £400 but never open it? Nettle tea would be delightful, Greg. I definitely agree with you on that one. I have actually drunk nettle tea. It's actually quite pleasant. Good detox tea, that one. Would I buy a base set Pokemon pack for £400 but never open it? Now, you see, that's a tough one. I would want to open it for the nostalgia purposes. However, at the same time, who keeps stuff sealed, right? I mean, I'm inclined to agree. Pokemon cards after the opening. I mean, I'd want to. Me personally, I'd actually want to open it for the nostalgia. It's heavy, so I'm intrigued. So, do you know someone in that instance that has a heavy base set pack? Is that why you're asking? I'm very curious. Yeah, I'd want to open it. And people keep them sealed? Exactly. Exactly, Greg. I mean, me personally, like I said, regardless if it was heavy or no, I would want to know what's inside. I'd be kicking myself. Granted, don't get me wrong, I can see it from both sides of the coin in terms of, oh, if I found it at a card show. Exactly. I mean, me personally, because I'm the kind of impatient soul who would want to open up the pack and smell the sort of the sweet goodness of that era of cards, I would want to open it up. It's Pikachu. I mean, exactly. You have the original Chonkachu in all its resplendent glory in that set. Why would you not want to open it? I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I can see it from both sides of the coin. People do love steel collections as well. But me personally, I would probably want to open it if it were me. I'd want to savor the goodness of that era. Never got the chance to open up base sets. Would you buy 2 for 600 and keep 1 sealed? Oh. I mean, I feel like don't get me wrong, it could just be my ignorance on the subject. That would seem a bit low for 2 base set packs, surely. Unless I'm completely off base. No pun intended. But yeah, I'd actually still want to open it myself personally. Because, like I said, I'm an impatient soul, and I'd want to open it. The temptation would be too hard to resist for me to open up a pack. That's all I'm saying. I mean, it'd have to be something. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying base set is not exceedingly special because they are like the Venus de Milo's arms trying to get a hold of. 2 packs for 700. I mean, personally though, it would be. It's hard for me to say in that instance without. Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't buy them if I'm spending £600. I'd want to get more singles and seal products. I mean, I can see Cherry's point as well. I mean, don't get me wrong. base set is one hell of a thing to have. Have you seen the price of new Dragon Ball? Crazy high, but lots of hits per box. Interesting. I mean, that's come to point think actually. Haven't they re-released Dragon Ball a couple of times now for the trading card game side of things? Because if I remember hearing correctly, I seem to think they're on their their third iteration. Is it their second or third go at the dice, as it were? But to go back to the point of between base set or having or saving the money, I'm inclined to agree with Cherry on that one. I'd actually rather, excuse me, save my money and maybe get a bit more bang for the buck, as it were. I'd want to get as much as I can out of my money. Because don't get me wrong, base set would be one hell of a thing to have in your collection. No stretch the imagination. If I could have base set in my collection, 100% would have some. However, I agree in some respects, I'd want to have a little bit more bang for the buck in terms of what I have in my collection, sort of thing. I'd rather have a few nice bits as opposed to just all my money tied up in one thing. I'd rather buy a full art thing. Yeah, fair. I 100% agree with you. Because sometimes there are some really genuinely nice single cards out there, which I would 100% want to have in my collection for that amount of money, I would say. Right, I'm going to say one more minute, and then we go on to the next. Then we go on to the next person to throw up a guess. So for Rare Candy, because obviously you just come in, you might not have heard the what we're doing. So currently, I'm pulling generations out of my hat, and then I'm giving you guys the chance to pick a Pokemon and have me guess it. You guys have got 3 guesses essentially, well, 3 clues to throw at me for me to have a chance of guessing a Pokemon that you thought up in your head of said generation. If I get it right, then I have no repercussions essentially. But if I get it wrong, then I've got a whole host load of tea off the camera, which I will bring on. I'll give you guys a bit of a rerun in terms of what teas are left available. And you get to add one of those teas into the Calamity at the end, which I will then have to drink. So just to give you some perspective, the tea that's already been picked is the chocolate digestive tea. So that's already confirmed going in the Calamity. But you have access to a whole other host load of teas, including peppermint, of course. You have blackberry, elderberry, and echinacea. $900 per booster box for a new Dragon Ball. Dang! Seriously? That's nuts. That's insane amount. I didn't even realise they were going for that much. Goodness me. Oh yeah, so blackberry leaves, elderberries, and echinacea tea there. You also have this rather potent spiced ginger tea, which is, again, fairly pleasant. But, of course, we have the mega boxes of tea. You have all of those 8 potential different flavours, all of which are combination flavours. So you have all of those available. I have All Art Giratina, All Art Lugia, Silver Tempest, Lost One. Dang. Those are definitely exceedingly nice pieces to have in your collection. No questions asked on that. Right, final 30 seconds. Get those guesses in. Get those Pokemon in your head ready for me to guess. But just keep in mind, I think Cherry said you think you did you say you had one ready? Yep, I'm getting confident nods in the background there, but we have got a confirmed guess at least. And to your last 20 seconds, I'm just counting it down and 15. Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.5, 2, 1 3/4. You're out of time. Right. Has anyone got a Pokemon ready for me to guess? Got it at Argos from a Pokeball from 15 quid. Let me see. So you got the All Art Lugia or the All Art Giratina from a Pokeball in Argos. Yes. No questions asked. No questions asked. You got a good bargain out of that tin. Let me say that much. So okie dokie. So has anyone got a Pokemon ready for me to guess from Gen 8? And like I said, if you have got a Pokemon but can't think of any facts off the top of your head, do not worry. Feel free to use any resources you've got available. Feel free to Google, search up any particular facts that you think are gonna throw me off the scent of your guess. So anyone ready for me? So does anyone have a Pokemon ready for me to guess? Yep, you absolutely can. Okay, so you have one for me. Right, lovely. So if you can think of, give me a fact about your Pokemon that you've chosen, and I have to try and figure out which Pokemon it is based off the clues that you give me. You're allowed to give me a maximum of 3 clues. If I struggle, if I don't then get it after your third and final clue, you then get to select one of the T's to go in the Calamity at the end. Does that make sense? So ready and waiting for your first clue, my friend. Right, you ready? Okay. Fire away with your first clue for me, if you wouldn't mind. Ready and waiting for your first clue. To be fair, I think the first, obviously the second Pokemon that was thrown at me really threw me off. So we're currently 1 for 1 so far. I've gotten one right so far, and you guys have got beaten me so far. Just finding a hard question. Lovely. Okay, no worries. So remember, you have a maximum of 3 clues that you can get that you can throw at me to see if I can guess it. But you never know. I might get on the first one. Then again, I might not. It's up to you in terms of how merciful you guys are feeling today. I mean, it's immediately apparent that Cherry woke up and chose violence today, especially with her first pick. So someone's feeling vengeful. It's very small. Okay, so Gen 8, very small. Gen 8, very small. Hmm. Just while I'm trying to think on that particular clue there, Candy, feel free to think up the next clue for me while you're doing that. And then if I don't guess it off this next clue, fire your next clue at me in the chat if you wouldn't mind, just while I'm trying to think what it might be. Gen 8, very small. What can it possibly be? Gen 8, very small. There's a few Pokemon I can think of. If you could throw your next clue at me there, Candy, that'd be great for me. So it's a very small from Gen 8. Feel free to obviously play along at home as well, guys. But obviously, just don't put your guesses in the chat whilst the guessing's going on. But if you want to play along at home by yourselves, feel free to think, see if you can battle for supremacy amongst yourselves. Gen 8, very small. It's very small and it's round. Well, there's only one thing I can possibly think of. It's going to be a completely blind guess. Hmm. I think I have an idea. Could you throw your third and final clue at me? I think I have an idea, but I think just one more clue might do it. But like I said, I think I have an idea what it might possibly be. I'm curious at home to see if you guys have figured it out yet. But I have an idea, but I hope I'm right. But at the same time, I want to know for sure. But the third and final clue, if you would be so kind. An evolution came in Gen 9 and has 2 forms. So small, it's round. And an evolution came in Gen 9 and has 2 forms. Hmm. Is it Applin? Hey, there we go. Oh, you need that for a minute. I mean, you almost had me there. It's literally the only, like I said, the third and final clue got me there. But that was a really solid Pokemon to throw at me because that actually had me there for a minute. I was really having to rack my brain in terms of what Pokemon that could have possibly have been. But that was a really solid one, that one. I enjoyed that one. That's quite a brain teaser. I quite enjoyed that. Right. Does anybody else have any other Pokemon they want to throw at me? But really well done there, Candy. That was a solid one. Love that one. What gave it away? It was the third and final clue. As soon as you said 2 forms and one came later in Gen 9, it just clicked into my head because, of course, what was it now? Yeah, Diplin was the thing. Cherry's got one ready for me if no one else wants to. Okay, lovely. Does anybody else also have one as well? Otherwise, we can definitely go for another. See if Cherry can go for the clean sweep, or other say go for the next sweep of the tea cupboard. Yeah, you absolutely can if you want to. So just to obviously give it for the fairness of everyone else in chat, does anyone else fancy a go before we throw it over to for another one from Candy? Okay. Yep, exactly that. So, oh, everyone think if anyone wants to have a go as well, feel free to think up a Pokemon for me, and then think up some lovely questions for me to try and guess it. But in the meantime, all right, Candy, fire away with the next one. Fire away with the next one and see if you can beat me. So, first clue, if you would be so kind. But yeah, Applin was a good one. I must admit, I do enjoy Applin. Ooh. 4 down, 19 to go. Oh, fantastic. Blimey, you're getting through that quick. Jeez. Might have the end result faster than I could have. The TCG card has 90 HP. That's a we're going for the Pokemon card specific ones. Okay. So TCG, it has 90 hit points. Gen 8 Pokemon cards with 90 hit points. Yeah, that is a tough clue. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go straight to the second clue if you'd be so kind on that one, Rare Candy, if you wouldn't mind. Second clue. Gem Tam, welcome in. Thank you very much for stopping by. Thank you very much for stopping by. So I will just quickly give you a rough idea what's going on at the moment. Pokedex number is 886. Blimey heck, that's a toughie. I'm really have to wrap my brain on that one. So just to give Gem Tam an idea what's going on. So at the moment, we're currently pulling generations out of a hat. And then what I'm getting you guys to do is think of a Pokemon associated with that generation, and then think up 3 little brain teaser questions for me to try and make me guess as what that Pokemon is. If I happen to guess your Pokemon incorrectly, then I get to add, well, rather, I don't get to, I have to add any one of these delicious flavors of tea into a teacup. And then I'm going to have to then drink the end result. So at the present moment, the only tea bag that's currently in the cup is this chocolate digestive tea bag. So I've got one flavor in the cup already. I then have to, for every one of the Pokemon that I get wrong, have to add a teacup into the cup. So it's not, at the end of it, it's going to be an absolutely nightmarish brew at the end. And you guys will get to witness me drink this exact abomination tea at the end. And I just saw Amanda said something there. I know this one. I've just put a card in the Pokedex for it. Oh, okay. So Amanda knows what it is. Interesting. And just to remind myself, I don't get any problems. Well, fun fact on this one. So I have tried this concept before. So the 500 live subscribers celebration stream I had a couple of weeks ago, we did a blind tea tasting. And a similar concept, if I got the flavors of the tea wrong, I then had to add it into one big cup. In fact, if you wanted to see what happened for the end result of that one, feel free to check out the previous live stream. Because, yeah, it was interesting flavored brew, shall we say. And just to remind myself, it was Pokedex number 886. 886. Okay, this full art card is an ascended here. Oh, okay. So is that my third and final clue by any chance, Candy? Just so as I know, just so I don't ask for the clue. Just before I attempt to try and figure out based off what that might be. How's a full art? Yeah, if you could let me know that if that was my third and final clue, then I'll try and make a finalised guess. Now, to be fair, I mean, like I said, I'm only allowing myself 3 clues. So if that's the clue, then I will try and figure it out based off that. But if it isn't, obviously, then feel free to let me know what it might be. But if you want that to be the third and final clue, I will go based off that, just for the sake of fairness. I looked it up. I know it got it also in my decks, but I can't remember. But can't even tell because I only know the German names. I must admit, I would be. Do tell me the German name, Gemtam, because funnily enough, I'm actually teaching myself German at the moment, so I'd be very keen to know what the German translation for that card is. So do let me know. Oh, Let me just quickly reread that clue. So it has a full art in Ascended Heroes and has a tail. That's horrific. Okay, just a friendly reminder now. No more clues for me. It's a draw engine. Final clue. Okay, I'm blind guess. Dreepy? Like for Pikachu, it's the same. Fair enough, yeah, because memory serves me, a lot of the German translations are very similar, with the exception of Licky Tum. Matt, Lucky James, thank you very much for stopping by, my friend. Thank you very much. No, 90 HP. No, sorry. You've got me. You've got me on that one. What was it? Fandra. Oh, hold on. No, I was so close, was I? Oh, no, you got me, Candy. You got me. I'm allowing myself the one guess based off the 3 clues, and if I didn't get it on that one, then you've got me. So, how close was I? I must have hit. What was it? I could kick myself. I think I know what it might be, but I could kick myself. Sorry, I'm so in and out. Just finished. Oh, bless you, Mando. No, you don't need to apologise. Do not apologise. Bless you for stopping by, my friend. Either way. Oh, I've just. Dang it. No, I got, like I said, on that one, Candy, like I said, I'm allowing myself one guess based off the 3 clues. If I don't get it on that one, that's just unfortunately my luck. And Cherry has just shown me what it was. I could kick myself. Oh, that was rough. That was a good one, Candy. I respect that one. Very, very good. So now you get to choose what flavour tea gets added into the Calamity. I will hold all the flavours up here for you. Right, so I'll somehow try and hold all of these teas at once and then somehow bring them a bit closer to the camera if I can. Right, okay, I think I've just about got them all there. So you get to choose any one of these teas, any one of the boxes, most importantly for the teas. But if you pick one of the ones that have got multiple flavours in them, do let me know, and then I will pick one out of the box. Or rather, you get to then get to choose a sub pick within the box, as it were. So, is there any particular tea that you can see on the screen there for me, but you really want to see go in the teacup? Like I said, I am at your mercy at this point, Rare Candy. I'm at your mercy. Lemon and orange. All right, that is going in. So, lemon and orange flavoured tea is being added into the mix. Let's quickly make sure I've got that in here. Yep. Here we are. So, one lovely lemon and orange tea is being added into the mix alongside chocolate digestive tea. Ooh. Immediately, I'm getting quite nervous as to see what that's going to taste like at the end. Worst combo. I appreciate your honesty on that one. I must admit, I'm dreading what this is going to taste like, but hey ho, this is what I signed up for, right? So, are we safe to say that we've had enough of Gen 8 and want to move on, or did you want to go? Or do you want to go? Oh no, you got one. We got one more. All right. So, yep, absolutely fine. So fire away, lovely cherry, and see if you can get another one of those teas added into the mix. I must admit, I dread to think in terms of the flavour, what flavour you'll pick out for me. Oh, okay. So we'll have one more from this one from cherry, then we'll head on. It's quadrupedal. Okay, interesting. So it's got 4 legs. That's fine. But either way, we've got one. So we'll do one more. Like I said, we'll go one more. Yeah, that was a very good clue that you threw at me there, Candy. So that was a very solid clue. I like that one. There's a quadruped, you say? Quadruped. Next clue. Yep, I'm going to. Ah, now, I think I might have potentially got it on this one, I think. I'm not sure. Fire one more clue at me. I mean, I think I've got it, but fire me one more clue just to see if it can throw me off the scent with this one, with the third and final clue, please. Marks its scent target. Marks its scent on target. Is it Nick It? No, not again. Oh, in the right evolutionary line every single time. Why? So Cherry is currently 2 for 2 on the teas. So once again, Cherry, you get to select a tea flavour to get added into the Calamity, and we'll now move on to the next generation. After Cherry has selected a tea, we will then move on to the next one. Somehow I will attempt to figure out a way. Oh, dang, I wish you were strong stuff. Sorry, I've been a bit distracted. What tea's been added thus far? I will show you. So we're just about to add the third tea into the mix, Frank. So what are you thinking, Jerry? What tea wants to get added into the mix next? But also, just keep in mind, you do also have ordinary tea in the kitchen as well, just so you're aware. So any particular one that's jumping out of you at all? Gonna go to bed now. It's 10:32. Oh, bless you. Yeah, get some sleep if it's getting late for you. But thank you very much for stopping by, though. I greatly appreciate it. A strawberry one. Okay, so there's a couple of different ones here. So you have strawberry and raspberry, or strawberry and mango. What takes your fancy? Strawberry and mango, or strawberry and raspberry? Raspberry. Okay, that one's being in. Oh, bless you. Thank you very much. So strawberry and raspberry has been added into the mix. So, Frank, to catch you up to speed. No, don't feel bad. This is what I signed up for. So these are your current flavours that are going in the tea. So Can we add salt in it? Ha. Mod, what do we think? Are we going full cruelty? So yeah, we have thank you. Cheers. Much appreciated. So we have chocolate digestive tea, we have strawberry and mango, and orange and lemon. So far this is going to be one heck of a citrusy chocolatey blend. Oh dear. Okay, so fair point. Right, okay. Next gen coming up. All right, so tea is straight up in your blood. It is. There's no question. Guess you picked the orange and lemon. Yes. I had to think about that for a second. Okay, so the next generation is Gen 7. So Generation 7 is your next category of Pokemon to choose from. So I will give you a couple of minutes just to have a little think about which Pokemon you would like to try and pick. And yes, I do believe, if memory serves me, Greg has got one. So tell you what, let's go for Greg's question to begin. Greg's one to begin with, and in the meantime, all of you guys out there have a little think in terms of what Pokemon you want to throw at me. But Greg, as you're ready, take it away, my friend. What have you got for me? People think me tall and wide, but I'm only 8 inches and 1.5 pounds. Oh, that is a very good clue. 8 inches and 1.5 pounds. And it's Gen 8, Gen 7. Oh, 8 inches, 1.5 pounds. I was really racking my brain on this one. Now, Frank, you never know. I might get it. I might. Emphasis on might. Yeah, next clue, please, Greg, on that one. Oh, no. Okay. Next clue, please, Greg, on that one, mate. Next clue. I'm intrigued as to see what this is. You see me, but you don't. You got yours as well? Okay, good to know. You see me, but you don't. And it's Gen 7. Third and final clue, please. Third and final clue. No. I mean, I'm quite okay with the tricky ones because at the end of the day, the trickier is you. Easy one. I'm fairy, but I'm a ghost. I'm fairy, but a ghost. Ah, Mimikyu. Yeah, there we go. Saved myself from a horrible fate, I suspect. Right, I sent Candy. You said you had one next for me, did you say? Exactly, Cherry's beloved. You're in a lowland form. You saved yourself. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're in a lowland form. Okay, that's interesting. Wanted to give you a nice cup of coffee. A cough tea. That's what we're going to call it from here on. A cough tea. That's what you wanted to give me. Interesting. Uh, okay, so you're Gen 7 and you have an Alolan form. Okay. Next clue, please, Candy, if you wouldn't mind. Narrows it down a little bit with the Alolan form, but I am curious. What have you got for me for the next clue? While you're doing that, just have a quick little swig out of water. Just to get the palate ready for the Nightmare Brew. Ah, okay. Is it a lowland muck? I see 2 spoonfuls of coffee in your future. Okay, I suspect that's not. I suspect I might have got it wrong. Oh, once again, I'm in the right evolution. I'm in the right evolution line, just not the right Pokemon. All right, Candy, you get to pick up. All right, so you get to pick another cup of tea, my friend. I'm going to be strict on myself on that one. I'm not going to allow the evolution line, I don't think. So you have also got the spiced ginger tea off to the side. I just think it's easier for me to hold it on this one, I think. Well, actually, no. Let's leave it up to the chat. For any future guess, are we allowing the whole... If I get one of the evolution line correct, does that count? For any future guesses from this point onwards, will that count? You want spiced ginger? Right, so spiced ginger it is. Let's make sure I've actually got one there. Oh, okay. You actually got the last spiced ginger in the packet, so you're good. So, spiced ginger is now in the tea. Oh boy, this is going to be a absolute hellish abomination. So, what's the general consensus? Are we going to say that if I'm in the right evolution line, will that count? So we got one vote yes so far. What does everyone else think? Chamomile will go with that. Oh god, ginger and chamomile. Oh gosh, okay. So two for yes. Spiced ginger and lemon and orange. Oh no. Yeah, why not? Okay, I think we'll go with a consensus on that one. But for any future guesses, if I'm in the right evolution line, it will count. Alrighty. So have we had enough of Gen 7? And do we want to move on to the next gen? I would if I knew what I'm doing. Let me just have a look, see if I can do that. How does one make a poll on this? No, that's not what I'm after. Might have to try and figure that out for another time on that one. I don't currently have a plus icon on my screen on this one, Candy, on that one. Because I'm streaming off my phone, you see, so I don't presently have that option, I don't think. Oh, where the emoji tab is? Where the heck's that? Because I'm currently streaming off my phone, you see, because I can't actually see anything in regards to emojis on that one. So something I'll have to investigate for future on that one. But if people agree, if there's a consensus that we will agree in the sense that if I'm in the right evolution line, it will count, then I'm okay to do so. But if not, then I will carry on as I have been. But so far, three votes for yes. Unless I get another vote for no, I will then obviously continue on with the evolution line being if I'm in the right spot, in right frame of mind in that instance, right evolution line, then I'll allow myself that one. Right, moving on to the next gen. Let's see if we can go a bit further backwards. Okay. All right, so we've actually gone quite a fair ways back this time. Generation 2. Yes, so Generation 2 Pokemon. Now you pick ones that don't evolve. Oh, God. I mean, that's totally your right to do so. If that's something you want to do, feel free to do so. Oh, dear. Who's that you on, Jerry? Right. Just while you're thinking of some Pokemon, I'm just going to quickly stretch my legs. I'll be right back in a few seconds. Oh. Right. Okay. That's a bit better. Oh. You have a Pokemon, but I don't know if I can come up with good clues. It doesn't. So, as long as you can think of, and the clues don't have to be anything exceedingly. How can I put it? I mean, it can be literally anything you want about the Pokemon, whichever you think is going to potentially throw me off the scent on that one, Frank. So whatever you can think of, I'm more than okay with. So if you have got one, feel free to throw one at. Feel free to start me off and see what we can think of. And remember, like I said, Google is your friend in this one. If you can't think of anything off the top of your head, never mind. It's all good. So feel free to use any resource you have available. So use the internet if you need to. Whatever clues you can think of, or whatever clues you can find, feel free to throw them at me. More than happy to try and guess based off whatever clues you have for me. It is not Bear Candy, no. I'm just, I'm like I said, I was thinking of obviously bearing in mind this is a catch-up stream for the last couple of weeks, so I just wanted to obviously get back into get streaming, do another stream again, catch up with you guys because it's been a couple of weeks or so. Been quite busy in the last couple of weeks, so I just wanted to see how everyone was doing. It'd just be like Pokemon is orange. It has a name. It can rest in a Pokeball. 6%. I mean, that's a heck of a clue there, Keeley. Okay. Its robust body and strong muscles enable it to withstand even the most powerful physical attacks. Ooh. Ooh. That's quite a good one, Frank. That there's a good one. It's Really revise that here again. Its robust body and strong muscles enable it to withstand even the most physical attacks. Now, I do play the video game periodically. Wouldn't say I would call myself a competitive VGC player, but at the same time, I do play. Throw another one at me, Frank. Throw your second clue at me, if you'd be so kind. Let's quickly bring Slope over with us, see what we can think. It loves to plunge its arms into the ground in search of food, often causing a mess in the process. And this is for Gen 2, you say? Plunge its arms into the ground to search for food. Now, this is a good one, Frank. You've got me thinking on this one. Third and final clue, if you'd be so kind, Frank. Water and I think I might have it. Quagsire? Hey, yep. Oh, I would have been. I think I would have been unceremoniously taken off my team there. Love me a bit of Quagsire. Yep, absolutely. I mean, if you know anything about obviously my little side of the channel, of course, Quagsire is one of my 3 current channel mascots, of course, as he features in the Weekend Cracker Pack series. Although he's been remarkably absent over the last few weeks. I've got one. Oh, Cherry's got one as well. Alrighty. Fire away, Cherry. And just to follow on to what you were saying, Candy, whilst Cherry's thinking out her clues. So I've been meaning to obviously wanted to stream more. So I figured this would be a good way as any to stop keeping regular contact with you guys. So I've just got to work, so I'm going to head out for the night. I'll have to watch it back and see the monstrous tea at the end. Bless you, Kilo. Thank you very much for stopping by, and I hope your shift goes well, my friend. All right, you take care. And so what was I just saying just now? Oh yeah, that was it. So essentially, I wanted to try and stream some more. However, I'm aware you do. Yeah, I'm very much aware that you stream very regularly, my friend. But I'm hoping to try and stream a bit more, just so I can keep in contact with you guys, because I do miss it when I don't get to stream all that often. So I want to try and make a bit more of a conscious effort to see if I can stream a bit more. So and hopefully I can do more things like this. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I apologise for not being able to make it more often, but bearing in mind some of the times when you stream, I'm either at work or other things. Okay, you ready for your clues? Cool. Okay. First clue, please, lovely Cherry. Is normal type Gen 2. Normal type Gen 2. I stream drawings very early. Fair play. Yeah, 9 times out of 10, most of the time when you're streaming, I'm nearly always on shift at work most of the time. Next clue, please, Cherry. It's very popular among women. Normal type and very popular among women. It wouldn't be Furret or Ferret, would it, by any chance? All right. I'm probably going to get crucified by this when the stream finishes later, but what was it? Yeah, I probably should have done, but I felt fairly confident in this one because, to be fair, I have seen a lot of people say that they like this Pokemon, but fair enough. Right, so what was it? Okie dokie, Candy. We'll go to yours next. Oh, of course, yeah. Because, of course, I completely forgot Snubble was normal type before it ever became fairy type, of course. Oh, okay. Good to know. I'll have to keep that one ready. Keep that one on standby, sorry. Right, pick your tea. So we currently have a whopping 4 teas in the mix, soon to be 5. Let's bring it a bit closer now. So what are we thinking? Blueberry. Okay, blueberry it is. One flesh, blackcurrant and blueberry tea is going in the cup. Is going in the cup. All right, Candy, go for your next one, and then we'll move on to the very last pick of the generations for this evening, and then we'll be diving into the box. So feel free to fire your first clue at me, Monsieur Candy. Yep, it's Gen 2. What's in the box? Well, you'll soon find out, Frank. You'll soon find out. And yes, Candy is Gen 2. Let's just say that I've been saving these for a while. It lives in a cave. Gen 2 lives in a cave. I think I might go straight for your second clue for that one. Okay. Third and final clue. Yup, third and final clue, if you be so kind. I love the smell of strong coffee. You really want coffee to go in this tea, don't you? It's got wings. Okay. Is it Zubat? Ah, okay, cool. That's fine. So we got that one. Thank mercy. Right, let's move on to the fourth and final category and see where we go. All right, so we're finishing the guessing for this evening before the final potential final T gets picked, or a couple of T's get picked, sorry, on Gen 4. So feel free to pick a Pokemon that is Gen 4 and think of some lovely clues for me. Gen 4, of course, being famous for the legendary Pokemon that are obviously Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina, of course, but obviously not forgetting Arceus. Very fun gen. I have very fond memories of that game. I was particularly Team Diamond myself. So I'll just give you guys a couple of minutes just to think up your Pokemon and just remind you all what Ts are currently in the mix. So we start things off, of course, with the chocolate what was that? Hi, Petrovius. Yes, it is. Welcome in, my friend. Thank you very much for stopping by. How are you doing? You all right? Yep, you got the right stream, my friend. Don't worry. Definitely in the right spot. Thank you very much for stopping by, man. Greatly appreciate it. So we're starting things off with the black, was it now, the chocolate digestive tea, spiced ginger, orange and lemon, strawberry and raspberry, and blackcurrant and blueberry. It's me, the professional. Ah, cool. On a different account at the moment. Oh, that's cool. Either way, thank you very much for stopping by, my friend. I greatly appreciate it. So at the moment, we are currently just playing a little bit of a friendly quiz game where it's all of you lot versus me. So at the moment, we are currently picking for, well, this is the final round for guessing at this moment, but it might be something I bring back eventually for more streams eventually further down the line. But what I'm getting you guys to do at the moment is I'm getting you guys to think of any Gen 4 Pokemon that you like, and then think of a couple of little facts about this particular Pokemon, and then throw them at me. So my guess is to try and guess the Pokemon you're thinking. If I get it wrong, then I have to add an assortment of T's into my what I'm dubbing the Calamity. So it's, yeah, that's right. Gen 4 is Sinnoh, yeah. So if I happen to guess your Pokemon incorrectly, then you get to add any one of these flavored teas into my already seemingly stacked cup of tea. At the moment, as I've just shown you on screen, we have a rather assorted mix of flavors. And right at the very end, you guys are going to get to witness me drinking this absolutely hellish nightmare tea. You've got one if needed. Perfect. Fantastic. Thank you, Cherry. We've got at least one on standby. In fact, whilst others are thinking of their guesses, let's start with Cherry's guess then. Let's see what we can think of. Obviously, feel free to smash that like button if you haven't already done so. It really helps me out, helps push the stream out a bit more to other people as well. More faces better. But first, of course, let's see what Cherry's first clue is. It's a baby Pokemon. So I come up with a Pokemon, give you a hint, and you've got to guess. Yep, that's exactly it. So think of 3 clues, and if I don't get it right after those 3 clues, you then get to pick any one of those teas, and then I add it into my big teacup at the end, which I then have to drink all of the combined teas that I've gotten wrong all at the same time. And Cherry's one is a baby Pokemon. Gen 4 baby Pokemon, so there's a few choices here. Second clue, if you would be so kind. There's a few Pokemon I can think of here, but I'm hoping, based on if its next clues and if it gives me anything, I might be able to guess. But yeah, next clue, if you be so kind. It skims the top of waves. Does it have to be introduced in Sinnoh or just in the game? So yeah, so it has to be the gen where it first came in, but it has to be specifically from that generation. So anything that was introduced in Sinnoh and only does Hisui count? On this instance, I'm gonna say no on this one. So specifically from like Diamond and Pearl era, or Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum specifically. Yeah, no worries, man. And what was the? Yeah, no worries at all. Gen 4 has too many easy ones. I mean, to be fair, I mean, if anything, if tonight's anything to go by, my guessing hasn't always been on point. It skims the top of waves. One last clue, please. It's highly friendly and easily tamed. Baby Pokemon skims the top of waves and is easily tamed. Is it Mantike? Yeah. Nice. We like that one. It was a nice solid way to start this one off. So has anyone else got another Pokemon they'd like me to try and guess? Didn't know he was a baby. Didn't know he was a. I was about to say a baby pork. That's a whole nother topic of conversation right there. I have Pokemon and 2 hits, by the way. That's fine. So if you throw your first guess at me, Petrovius, that'd be great. And Greg, you got one as well. No worries. So yeah, throw your first clue at me, Petrovius, and see what I can find out. See if I can discern what it might be. I should have had a Mega. Interesting. Interesting. Hmm. Introduced in Gen 4 and should have had a Mega. Could I possibly have your second clue, please, if you'd be so kind? Mega Shuckle. I love that. I've, I couldn't even. I'm trying to imagine what a Mega Shuckle would look like. Would it just be a much bigger shell with much more noodly like arms coming out of the shell? I'm hoping that's the case. The Mega Noodle. The community thinks I should have been different typings than the one I currently have. Ooh. Should have had a Mega. And the community thinks should have had a different typing than the one I have. What's that one? And do you know Mega Meowstic is my... Actually, no, I didn't notice that. Huh. Nice. No, to be fair, it's not a bad way to throw me off to scent, to be fair. It makes me think a little bit more outside the box. And if you have one, Bedrovis, could you throw your third and final clue, please? And then we'll move on to Greg. Also, I have my third hint. I have a superpower that actually, I have a superpower actually found in comics, unrelated to my type. I have a superpower actually found in the comics, which is unrelated to my type. No, that's a good one. Damn. Nope, you got me on that one, Petrovius. What was it? Feel free to reveal your answer for me. My power has been one of the powers that's... Fair enough. But in this instance, because I didn't get it off your first three, I'm gonna, like I said, I'll dub that one as a failed attempt on that one for myself at least. So feel free to Luxray. Oh, that's a good one. I didn't think about that. I mean, Mega Luxray would have been a really good shout. Now I think about it. Right. Okay. That makes sense for the DC clarification, to be fair. Right, in which case you get to pick a tea to go into my pot at the end. So these are the current so these are your whole host load of flavors that you have potential access to. Feel free to pick one for me and then just let me know in chat and I'll add that into the hellish brew at the end. And I think we'll just allow for one more Pokemon guest to be had. And I think it was Greg who had one left for me. And then we'll call it there for the teas to be mixed together. Not easy for me to spin a wheel at the moment, I must confess. Don't actually have access to my laptop at this precise minute. Just trying to think what I can possibly do here, really. Me pick one. Well, because it's completely out there, and I suspect somebody actually did mention this earlier, I will add chamomile into the mix. Why did the tea go to the police station? I don't know, Rare Candy. Why did the tea go to the police station? Because it was... Oh. Oh, I love a good pun. That's going in my list of puns, that one. I like that one. Oh. Speaking of DC, you know Batman's favorite fruit? No, what is Batman's favorite fruit? And what is Batman's favorite fruit? I'm intrigued. And whilst we're learning that one, oh dear God, oh, I should have guessed that one. I suspect. Oh dear. The more groaning, juicing puns, the better. But right, Greg, if you could throw the final Pokemon at me, what kind of tea can you never take into space? Okay, I'm intrigued. What's the one kind of tea you can never take into space? And Greg, if you could throw your first clue at me, if you wouldn't mind, as we're learning the punchline to this tea-based space joke. Oh. Oh dear. Gravity. Okay. Hey. Okay, so for the first clue, I would agree that was a very good. That was a good one. So I'm only 50 centimeters tall, but weigh 6.5 kilograms. Have you heard the joke about the broom, by the way? No, I haven't. What joke would that be, by any chance? And it was, sorry, just to refresh myself on the clue there from all the puns. It's 50 centimeters tall, but I weigh 6.5 kilograms. I'm surprised it's, oh, sweeping the nation. Oh boy. Okay. Right. Could I have the second clue for you, please, Greg? We'll make this tea the final one that gets added into the cup, just for sake of ease, I think. And then I'll open up well, open up what's in this box, and we'll do a couple of those, and then I think we might call it there for the night. I'll tell you the joke about the roof, but I'm 90% sure it's a. Oh. Over your head. Very good. My name is complete opposite of my gender. My name's the complete opposite of my gender. That's a good clue. Tricky one though. Third and final clue, if you don't mind. Um. Right. Fair play. I'm gonna say maybe hold off on some of the dark humor jokes, at least for now, on that one there, Candy. I have three forms. After this one, Petrovius, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different after that, whilst my tea is brewing. Three forms. Three forms. Gen 4, three forms. Wormadam? Yeah, feel free to DM me that one later. I'd appreciate that. Yeah, is it Wormadam? Okay, so that has saved me one tea. So all the teas have been locked in. So just while I'll have it on Discord as well. Yep, absolutely, definitely. It sounds more of a madame, not man. Fair play. What I'll do is I'll get the tea on the go. So feel free to talk amongst yourselves for a minute while I get the kettle going, and then we'll open up what's in the box. I'll be right back. All right. It is in fact brewed. Nice. Glad everyone's getting on. Welcome in. So, just to give you some perspective, I will just attempt to somehow point the camera so you can actually see all of these teas are in here. Right, so here we are. All of the teas are in. They are currently stewing and or brewing. Not going to lie to you, the smell is actually quite overpowering. I'm not going to lie with all those fruit teas. Yep, the tea is brewing quite strong already. Yep, you're not wrong. Right. So just to give some, whilst that's thoroughly brewing, I will just quickly show you what's inside this delightful little box of goodies. So in here, I have an absolute smorgasbord of Price Series 8. So I have quite a few packs of that. So whilst the tea's brewing, yeah, how can I put this? Yeah, I've got a few. What's that? So something I've been wondering, but a bit unsure, is PTM and you both in the UK? Lol, not too. Yeah, we're both in the UK. Yeah, except only difference being is that me and Cherry are down south of the UK, whereas Mike's further up north of the UK. So whilst we're here, let's open up some packs and see what we can get. So for those of you who've not seen a prize pack before or may not be familiar with prize packs, so you generally get less cards in the pack. You get only 6 cards. However, you're guaranteed 2 lovely hollows. So I don't know what they're going to be, but each card is going to have the little stamp in the corner over here. So starting off with Fire Energy, I'm USA. That's why sometimes you're doing stuff and I'm asleep. Yeah, fair play. So we have the stamped Iron Defender. What's that now? Surfing Beach. Cinderace, is that? Yep, lovely. I think this must be the first of the hollows. Oh, very nice. A nice Cosmo Hollow Dark Energy with the stamp. And a Hollow Hop Snorlax. Very nice. And of course, if you play the Hops deck, this is a very nice bit of bling because you get all the play stamp versions, which are really nice. Let's open up a couple of these whilst that's thoroughly brewing. All right, so Psychic type energy. Once again, I love the fact you get stamped energies. Just a little bit of extra bling for your decks if you play. Ooh, Shaman, very nice. Another Surfing Beach. I know, right? The Snorlax is majestic. What's that now? Stamped Macargo. Ooh, stamped Zekrom EX. Very nice. And looks like the Hollow Iron Defender there. Very nice. Sedge, welcome in, my friend. How are you doing? I'm doing very well. And yourself? At the moment, we're just letting my Calamity brew at the moment. So I will go over the flavours of what's in said teacup in a moment. I'm just opening up a couple of packs while we're brewing. And for those unfamiliar as well, we've got a few extra content creators in the chat as well. So, mate. Sorry to hear that, man. So we've got a couple of people in chat. So Frank is an absolute lovely individual. If you haven't checked out his content, like Chase the Charmander and various other different games as well, does a WWE games as well, where he gets a couple of different matches like Royal Rumble as well. If you're familiar with that, he gets his chat to participate in the Royal Rumble by picking a wrestler at random, and then you get a prize if your wrestler survives all the way to the end. That's always a great laugh. Must admit, I'm a huge fan of that one. Right, so let's start things off with the grass type energy there. We have Risky Ruins. Team Rocket's Proton, a solid card if you play the Team Rocket deck. Ooh, okay, starting things off with a, oh no, not quite there yet. Lunatone there. Ooh, nice Cosmo Hollow Team Rocket's Factory. And an Electric. Again, really solid card if you play the electric type decks that currently exist. Actually would pair very nicely with the Cosmo Hollow, well, the Stamped Hollow Zekrom there. Let's put those off to the side. And Greg, just for you, buddy. There you go. Have a little look at that lovely, lovely glitzy hollow Hop Snorlax there with the stamp. Beautiful stuff. Right. So just for the benefit for Sedge, obviously, because you've just joined in, actually going live in a bit, do some Lego stuff. Ah, nice. Might pop by in a little while. So just to give Sedge an update in terms of what we've been doing. So can you get full arts in the prize packs or just EXs? You know, I'm not 100% sure. I know you can get some rather interesting EXs, but I'm not quite 100% sure whether or not you can get full arts in those sets. I'm pretty sure it's just basic EXs, I believe. Right, for Sedge, who's obviously just joined in. So I've been asking the chat to ask me, so I've been picking categories out of a hat, and I've been asking them to pick Pokemon based off certain generations of Pokemon. So the last one we just had was for Generation 4. Their task was to pick a Gen 4 Pokemon which came in from Diamond and Pearl or Platinum respectively. I had to guess that Pokemon. Now, if I got it wrong, then I'd have to add a particular flavour of tea into the cup. As it stands currently, right, the Hell Brew is officially brewed, or Calamity is now officially brewed, consisting of chocolate digestive tea, strawberry and raspberry tea. I'm being corrected off screen. Orange and lemon, ginger tea, spice ginger to be precise, and blueberry tea. So I have no idea what this combination of tea is going to possibly taste like. And you did Luxray. Oh yeah. My boy Slowpoke in cup form. He has been blessed with many different types of tea. Okay, I just want to say thanks for everybody for stopping by on today's stream. You've made this an absolute laugh for me. I might do something similar like this again at some point. If only it were Yorkshire Tea Gold Sedge. If only it were. What does it smell like? Boy, that's overpowering. Okay, that was. Oh, if the smell's anything to go by, my taste buds are in for a while of a time. I'm not brave enough, Rare Candy. However, me and my family feature on one of PTN's videos. Yep, she does. Well, what made it laugh because of all the jokes? Yes, quite. Towards the end, yes, the jokes were helpful. Just have a small bit. Yeah, let's see what we can do. Like, you've seen it here first, folks. All of the teas have been mixed. Yet the ginger is really not helping the flavour clear sinuses. Yeah, we'll do that and then some. We'll put hairs on my hairs at this point. Right. Cripes. The black tea definitely made it go over the edge and then some. Oh, by Christ, I'm glad I did not put milk into this. Oh. Right. One more sip for sake of austerity. Is that worse than the original Calamity? Well, put it this way: take a shot. Told you needs coffee. Well, ordinarily, Petrovius, I wouldn't recommend drinking even remotely one sip of this tea. But this has black chocolate digestive tea. Now, that's where our opinions may slightly differ on that one, Petrovius. While I do appreciate a good coffee, and I do drink coffee, I will always be more partial to tea. And yep, Mama Cherry, you are not wrong. This tea I would not recommend to anyone. But one last sip for the sake of everything else, just to give it a fair shot. That was not better on the second go round. I mean, this is not a good recommendation for tea, but I saw your hat lift on that sip. Okay, right. Just to prove a point. Oh, and also you can see what my yes, I do have hair. Oh god, I got a good bit of the orange and lemon there. Oh, yeesh. Yeah, that was not so easy going on the way down as the second one. Yep, hair reveal. It has been confirmed. I do have hair. Game over. Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, the first Calamity was arguably way nicer than the second one. Oh boy. Ugh. Yep, I can confirm I'm not bald. Right, I'll do one more pack and then I'll call the stream there for tonight. I will just like to say once again, thank you very much for stopping by, each and every one of you. Oh dear. Right. And now you have hair on your exactly. So we have the Stamp Dark Energy. Premium Power Pro, very solid card. Another Shaman with the stamp. Archaludon. I think this is the first of the hollows now. Ooh, very nice. Cosmo Hollow, Iono's Voltorb, and a nice stamped Boss's Orders. Very fun card indeed. Right, and I think from this point on, from today, that'll be it for today. Thank you so very much for joining me, and until the next time, guys, have a blessed day, and I do bid thee farewell.